Once upon a time, if Warner Brothers called me and said, hey, what should our next Batman movie be? I would have given them a straightforward Batman story. Still wicked awesome, but a basic Caped Crusader fighting bad guys Batman movie. But if they called me now, I'd give them something off the wall. I don't know if anyone would like this. It'd be a nightmare to market. You'd have to make trailers for that Batman thing I would have pitched in my youth, then give them this other thing. Then people would be disappointed it didn't match what the trailers promised. It'd be a mess. So what would your Batman movie be, the Comics Kid 2099? I'd start with Thomas and Martha Wayne walking to their car from a Zorro movie they just watched. We haven't really seen anything like this in film before, so it'd be refreshing to audiences, I think. Then a masked thief comes out of the shadows and kills Thomas, Martha, and Bruce Wayne. Yeah. This wouldn't be a Batman movie, but something like Death Wish starring Alfred Pennyworth. Not the posh, dignified Alfred, but the military Alfred who was just as instrumental in forging Bruce Wayne into the Batman as his various global mentors. Sean Pertwee, Michael Caine, you're thinking in the right direction. Alfred is put in a downward spiral by the death of the closest thing he's had to a family. Caring for the Waynes was his life, and with them gone, he sees nothing left for him, so he investigates who killed his surrogate family. This would get a little dark, but he honestly doesn't care if he lives through this, as long as he gets revenge on whoever killed the Waynes. He somehow befriends Lucius Fox, and Lucius begins supplying Alfred with tools to help him in his quest. You could go with the Batman Earth 1 idea, where Bruce funded a project that allowed Lucius to build artificial limbs for his niece. Thomas did something to help someone close to Lucius, so Lucius wants to see justice done for one of the only good people in Gotham. If you wanted to make this a TV show, which making it into a done-in-one movie is crazy enough, but a TV series, woo! You could bring in the Caine family, cousins to Bruce, since there are no living heirs to the Wayne fortune. They would be the closest ones to inherit Wayne Enterprises and the family fortune. I'm not sure what the Caines would do with the fortune, but you could slowly tease Kathy will become this city's protector in the absence of Bruce. Jim Gordon would be more of an antagonist, trying to stop Alfred from death-wishing his way across Gotham. Not just because vigilantism is frowned upon in this establishment, but Alfred is kicking hornet's nests all over the place looking for the killer. He knocked over one of Penguin's attempts at taking down an armored car. That made Penguin think Falcone was horning in on his turf, and that makes Falcone mad. He sends Tony Zuko to clean house at the Maroni residence. The Bertinellis get caught in the crossfire, most of them. The corrupt cops will be looking for who is causing this chaos because they're in the pockets of whoever's paying them off, and they want the reward for bringing this guy in. Once it becomes clear it's not one of the usual players. Gordon has to play by the rules, try to bring in Alfred without tipping off his fellow officers, because they will just make Pennyworth disappear, and much as Gordon doesn't like what Alfred is doing, he doesn't want to see him become a victim to the criminal elements he's upsetting. Meanwhile, Alfred doesn't know or care what he started, all he wants is to get some frontier justice, and since this is Gotham, he knows nobody will look too far into these murders, even when it's the wealthy and affluent, so he has to take matters into his own hands. I don't know if this would actually work. It might be better as an ongoing series rather than a movie, so you could have Lucius and Alfred go from vengeful rage to more methodical protection like what Batman is known for, basically building the Batman persona without Bruce Wayne. If you did that, you could play around with who is going to become the protector of this city. Does Alfred sustain an injury, knocking him out of field work, like in Beware the Batman? Or if you played Lucius as a little older, he has a son who in some versions becomes one of the terrible trio. Maybe he goes from being on the wrong path to wanting to protect people, and he could be your pseudo-Batman. This would be a fun alternate reality to play with, but like I said, I don't know if it would actually work. But that's why Warner Brothers isn't calling me asking for movie ideas, because I'd be throwing them curveballs like this one that even I would be second guessing. Fortunately, nothing ventured, nothing gained, and I haven't really ventured anything here. I hope you guys like this one, because I'll be doing something else entirely next week, so I'll be seeing you guys then. Have a good one.